The Nothing Ear 1 launched at ₹5,999 back in 2021. I know the price was bumped to ₹7,000, but these were still kind of budget earbuds. Now this is here, the new Nothing Ear 2. And these are priced at ₹9,999, and that means these are supposed to be more premium earbuds. You know what? There's a lot to talk about in the Nothing Ear 1, and I also have one complaint against Nothing, so let's get into detail. So this is the Nothing Ear 2, and not a lot has changed in terms of looks and design, but the biggest difference is in the case, which is more compact now. As you can see, the dimple on the top is also smaller, the hinge is smaller and now has a metal build. The magnets seem more stronger now. The white plastic does not have this pattern, it's more plain. The bottom of the case has this white base protruding, which makes me think the bottom will get less scratches, hopefully. Other than that, it has the same LED light, the same USB-C port, and the same pairing button, and obviously the same cool transparent design. The earbuds also look almost identical but have the Ear 2 branding now, obviously, and the mic position has changed. The case and the earbuds are also very slightly lighter compared to the last gen, but you obviously don't feel a difference, but it's fine because these earbuds are just super comfortable. I mean, these fit in my ear perfectly and I've had no problems wearing them for long hours. There's also a change in the IP rating. The Ear 1 had an IPX4 rating, which is splash resistance, while Ear 2 buds have an IP54 rating, and the case has an IP55 rating, which means they not only have splash resistance, but also some resistance against dust, so that's a nice change. Another change is that the Ear 1 had touch controls on the earbuds, which worked very well, but the Ear 2 changes that. The Ear 2 has pinch controls. Basically, Ear 2 has these force sensors here, so I can do a single pinch to play pause music, and it also plays a click to let you know that the pinch has worked. I can also double pinch and this changes the tracks, and I can also double pinch and hold to increase or decrease music. Yeah, it all works perfectly fine. There's also pinch and hold to change the noise cancellation modes. Now, if you ask me, I'm okay with these controls because they work perfectly fine, but I'm not sure why nothing has changed it because the Ear 1 had perfectly fine touch controls. Apart from this, pairing is easy. There's Google Fast Pair support for Android phones and it works. There's Microsoft Swift Pair support for Windows. Also, the Nothing Ear 2 does have wear detection, so I can just remove these earbuds and the music will be paused. I can just put back on and the music will be played. Now, one new feature is dual connection, which is actually very useful. Basically, you can pair your phone and PC. So say you're watching a video on your PC and you get a call on your phone, you can accept it from the earbuds and start talking. You end the call and the earbuds shift to the PC automatically. This is very useful. There's also low lag mode, which by the way automatically turns on when you run a game from the game mode in Nothing Phone 1, and there's no latency issues in these earbuds while gaming. There's also Find My Buds, which is always nice to have and works. Now moving to the sound quality, the drivers remain the same 11.6mm, but there's a new dual chamber design for clearer sound and improved diaphragm, and the Ear 2 is high-res audio certified with support for LHDC 5.0 codec. Now I had no complaints with the sound quality of the Nothing Ear 1, but these are priced higher, so I was expecting more and it delivers. I mean, sound signature just feels more refined and the sound clarity is actually better. Every song I compared between the Ear 2 and the Ear 1, the sound on the Ear 2 just felt more lively. The bass is better too and the max volume is higher too. Now this also means that the sound leakage on these earphones has increased a bit, but there's no distortion at max volume, so it's fine. Plus, I really like what you can do with the Nothing X app. You can choose from these different sound signatures in the equalizer settings. There's balanced, more bass, more treble, voice, or you can set things to custom. This is handy and I absolutely love the haptic feedback you get when changing these levels. I mean, we generally don't talk a lot about these companion apps, but the Nothing X app is actually very well designed. The animations are smooth, the haptics, like I said, are really fun, and I enjoy using this app. And in the app, you can now create a personal sound profile for the Ear 2, and this is actually fantastic. First, it requires an ear tip test to make sure the ear tips are well sealed, after which there's a hearing test where you can choose whether you hear or don't hear sound from different frequency points. Now, the whole process does take some time, but using this, Nothing creates a unique hearing ID for you, personalized, which makes audio more immersive while also making sure you get all the details even at lower volumes. Now, if you're wondering, this actually makes a difference. This is not a gimmick. I mean, after I created my sound profile, the audio was actually richer and more detailed. I could feel the difference. Other than that, like I mentioned, the Ear 2 is high-res certified, so we did give it a shot. We played some high-res LHDC tracks on the Ear 2 and the clarity was actually amazing. Now do note that your phone needs to have the LHDC codec for this to work. Coming to the ANC now, I was not a big fan of the ANC in the year 1, so that's one area where I was hoping the year 2 would be better, and it actually is better. I mean, compared to year 1, the ANC on the year 2 just seems more effective. It just feels like it's achieving a proper noise cancellation effect. I still wouldn't call this the best earbuds for ANC, but it's definitely better. You also get more ANC modes to choose from, and there's even adaptive ANC, which is new and basically tunes the ANC according to the ambient noise around you. Also, just like sound, there's personalized ANC here, which you can set up, but I did not notice a big difference. The mics also haven't changed much. There's still 3 mics and the mic location has changed. But in our usage, the mic performance is very similar to the year 1, which is good indoors and decent outdoors. Coming to the battery, the case battery is actually lowered, going from 570 mAh to 485 mAh, and the earbuds battery has increased just a bit. 33 mAh now versus 31 mAh before. Now, nothing still claims 6 hours in the buds, up to 36 hours with the case with ANC off, and with ANC on, that number goes to 4 hours and 22.5 hours. Now, I generally use these earbuds with the noise cancellation set to max or the transparency mode, the volumes at mostly full, and I got a battery life of around 4 hours, even more than 4 hours with these earbuds, which is close to what Nothing claims. As for charging, there is fast charging support, and 10 minutes of charge is supposed to give you 10 hours of playback with ANC off, and that's with the case. And there's also wireless charging support. Now, the one problem I had mentioned at the start is the scratch problem. So this is what our Ear 1 case looks like, and our Ear 2 case has already got some scratches. I mean, it's clear that Nothing has tweaked the case a bit to save it against scratches, but the case still seems very scratch prone, and after a while I'm just scared it would start looking like this. Anyway, the one complaint apart, if you ask me, when it comes to upgrades, the Nothing Ear 2 is definitely a very good upgrade over the Nothing Ear 1. I mean, it keeps the same unique transparent design that a lot of people like, but the sound has improved a lot. ANC is more effective, and features like dual connection, personalized sound profile are actually useful additions that make a difference in day-to-day usage. The battery life is also kind of fine as far as TWSs go, and the Nothing X app is actually fun to use. I mean, I've enjoyed using these earbuds, and if you ask me, I can see myself using it personally or even recommending it. Anyway, I want to know from you guys, what do you think of the new Nothing Ear 1? Does it make sense? Comment down below.